Here we are at San Jose. My computer this morning said it's fine, no chance of rain. I think it got that slightly wrong. Some flowers are coming out. Before I get changed, I'm not changed yet to walk. I'm waiting for it to dry out slightly. Some more pretty flowers coming out. They're pink. Oh, there's one. I'll find it. Where is it? No, there it is. It's difficult with this camera because it always seems to be out of focus. I used to try macro, but never mind. There we are. Anyway, I've had my coffee and I'll send a message in a second saying I'm about to walk. I'm not going to put waterproofs on. I think it's blowing over, so maybe they'll be right. The camera's getting a bit wet though. I decided not to put my waterproofs on because it's only very lightweight stuff, but if it gets heavy I can put it on. Two dogs. Buenos dias. Right, don't know where I'm going this morning. Oh, I need to put my yeah, they just dropped out. What was that? Jen. I don't know, perhaps it's Jen sending a message. Right, my camera's getting wet, I'm going to have to put it away. But I will track this. I'm making stuff as I go along. As you can see, they've had a bit of rain around here. I shan't be able to walk on the path there. Anyway, walking amongst the rocks to get round. There's a little bit of a puddle. So much for the weather forecast. Right, I'll be through that now. The colours and things are quite pretty when it's rained. Lots of different shades of green come out. Even little bits like that. Really beautiful green colours. Right. More puddles to navigate, so I'll switch off for a while. Well, the rock formation and groups are quite nice. It's now beginning to rain on me. Imagine that falling on your head when it comes out of the sky. Another bush coming into flower. Not much on it yet, but yeah, spring is well on its way now. A long time since I've seen so much water up here. This really must have had a fairly hefty downfall last night. Actually, difficult getting past these things, and obviously the water level was right up here last night. So, and to get a bit higher, it'll go away. Just seem to have stopped raining. I'm down at the bottom now where that's right. Another puddle just back there. But I've wiped the lens now, so you might get a better view. I'm going up this track as though I was going up to the Almond Walk, but then turning left onto an unmarked track, but I'll show you that later. This is the kind of hole that is left when one of the big trees falls down. Whether the locals then come up and dig up all the soil, I don't know, but obviously a big tree fell there. Some nice greens on the side here. Quite fascinating. Walking up the track now, the broad track that goes up to where the beehives are, and then the almond walk. But I'm going to cut off in a minute down into the bottom here and across, because I can then meet a track that goes parallel to the top track, but it's one I don't walk normally. We'll see. The trouble is, there are tracks down here all over the place. It's always difficult to see where the real one is, but I think this is it that I'm coming up to now. Yep. If I go down here, I can get into the bike and find this other track. You can see I'm now off the main track into the undergrowth. I'm going up there. This is a water pipe. Runs from down here all the way up to the top. If you follow that, you finish up getting onto the top track, but I shall be turning off before then. These are the green shoots of the plants coming up this year. As you can see, a whole mat of them going back that way, and look over there, there's a water pipe. It runs parallel to this path, but I'm off this way. Another different green colour. Oh, it's really wonderful selections of greens when it's rained. And the plants, that's another one of the trees I showed the flowers on earlier. Well, I'm going this way, and say, when I get a bit further on, there's a track that runs on to the left, and I'm going to go up that. It's not one that we normally walk, and it's not on the advised route, but it will take me on a different walk this morning. The green mat there, that's the track we would normally take. We have that one there, which I think I can try. I think there's a second one further on. Just let me walk up this just a short while, because I'm not sure which is the best one. I brought my micro tripod out this morning so I could hold the camera a bit easier. Right, now, is this a track or not? Yeah, this was the track I was thinking about, not the low one, so I will walk up this one. I know where both of them go. We passed them on the way down. We crossed these tracks coming down the Chignero path, so I'm off up this way to see what it finds. I have not seen a lot of mushrooms or fungi this year, but there are some bits about there. That's a different one. Often we get lots of very tiny white mushrooms or fungi. They're a different type. Right, the rain stopped, the sun's come out. I don't know whether you can see how that's twinkling. Probably not, but it's twinkling to me. The rain now and then is still in the air, but the sunshine is making these things sparkle a bit. Very pretty. This track, the main track, goes up there. I know where it goes, but there's a track running off this side. I don't know where that goes or what it is, so I think I'll just have a quick look. Because if it turns left, it's going to go up the steep part, or does it just stop here with this wall? Ah, it stops at that wall. There isn't a track after that, so it isn't really just somewhere where people park. So we'll carry on up this one. Yet another turn off. I think I'm going to go uphill. That's going down. I don't want to go down. So I'm going to see what's up this one. I've never been up this one. Oh, some little pink flowers down there. Not that you can see them, never mind. Probably too small. I better take this camera off. My tracking is working. This might turn out to be a useful different walk. Quite attractive. In the wood. Wide tracks, easy to walk. Can't want much more than that. So we will see when I find out where it goes. Another track down off to the left. I have been down that, so I have walked down this top bit and gone down there. So presumably this goes somewhere close to the Chinero walk. Don't know. Well, I've been walking just under half an hour. There's another track. Oh, this track is a U-junction. One goes that way and one goes up. I'm going to go on this one which goes up and is wider. It's not a track that is used by anybody, but neither of them are. But I don't think I've ever been up that one. So I hope the tracking is keeping a record of this, because it could be quite a nice walk. As you can see, it's a giant dandelion, but just look at the size of this. I'm halfway up this track, but that's the size of it. And we've got them all around, one there, and one behind me, and another couple here, and the track. And that's interesting because the more used one goes down there, but I know where that goes, I don't want to go there. I don't know where this one goes, so I'm going up this one. Looks pretty, not walked very often. Certainly not used by motor vehicles, as they wouldn't be there. But we'll see. You know, you can walk in for a track that apparently goes nowhere, and you find a wall built, you know. Whatever was this built for? Obviously somebody put it there. It didn't just land there, so somebody built that. I don't know. The forest is fairly thick up here and down that way, and we'll keep climbing. The track's come to an end and I've got a path in front of me. I don't know about that one that way. No, this looks to be the path. The colour of the pine needles are different, so I think these have been walked on, but not much option. I'm up here now. I checked with the GPS. I'm nowhere near a path or track or anything according to the GPS, so it's not marked whatever this is now. And I'm on the edge of an old, this looks like an old terrace. There's a wall there. So I don't know where I am now. So let's look back and see where I can climb out of this. If I go uphill, I will come out of it. So I'll find a way up from here. But I'll have this off for a while. There's a kind of track path that way, and there's one up that way. I know if I go up there, I shall meet the track. If I go this way, I think I shall meet the Chinero path. I'm going to stay on this one. It looks to have been walked, so it may be the obvious one. Well, there's no obvious path now. I'm in the jungle. Drops on that side. I don't want to go downhill, that's a pain. There may be a path up there. There looks to be ways past those trees and past the, if I try and pan into them, the giant dandelions up there. So I will walk to the giant dandelions. And continue to make my way uphill to the top track. Walk back to where I think another track ran off up here, and the only way I can suggest that is the fact that the pine needles have been trampled on. So I think I'm going to climb this one. Eventually I'm going to run out of path now, so it doesn't matter which way. So I will go this way. And I am deep undergrowth. There's a lava flow that side of me, a hole at that side of me, and the undergrowth in front of me. Lots of bright yellow, you can see them, that branch is upsetting the focus. Let's see if we can go around it without breaking my neck. Up there. Yep, so that's where I'm going. Through the undergrowth. I can't see a path, so I'm going to have to make one. Lots of giant dandelions, a big bush there, and they're all around me. I'm on the edge of the lava field, actually. That's why we've got the dandelions and not much else. Whether I can go straight up that way, I don't know, but that I'll look at to start with. No way getting up the lava field and past the dandelions, it was just an impossibility. So I've come down a bit, so I'm off the lava field, or lava flow, and climbing through easier undergrowth. None of it is easy now, but we'll see. In a second or two I will check my GPS, see where I am. Again, it looks as though somebody may have walked this. It's always difficult knowing what's a trike, a path, and what's my imagination. I don't want to go down that way, I want to go this way. So we'll keep climbing and see where we are. Eventually this should come to the top path, so Montana Negra. But there is a mountain at the side of it. Now this is one of the brancos I've never walked up, and it comes from the Chiñero path onto the top. I'm not going to go down and up, I'm going to go around it. So I'll climb. I'm not going to video while I'm trying to climb up this. I'll show you when I get to the top. Well, that wasn't for the faint-hearted. I've had to climb up the edge of the lava field in the end. But now I'm above the edge. It's levelling out a bit, so I can walk straight up as far as I can see. As you can see, bits of lava about. But I suspect now I'm fairly close to the top trike. And if so, that'll be the top of my walk. I shall see in a minute when I get around the next bend and up a bit higher. According to the GPS, I'm about 200 metres from the top trike, and this, a bit further over, is the path me and Jamie came down the other week, the alternative one, off the top trike down to the Chiñero walk. So shortly I shall be crossing that and going up on that. It's difficult because it's not marked, it's just where it's worn down. Probably somewhere around about here or over the next little hump. But I'm quite happy to go up this way. It's fairly straightforward walking up. Well, the sun's out over there near Montana Negra, and I'll now stop and get the GPS out. Let's have a quick look. There we are. As you can see, the path is down in that little hole down there. Takes me up onto the top track, then back down the other way, from towards Montana Negra and the Chinero, and actually I completed a newish walk. I think I'm about an hour into this walk now. Not bad. I don't know the last bit recorded, and I was saying how different this patch was. Very open ground. We're very near the top track now, but the bikers come down here, as you can see. I'm not even sure if that went a car. Look at the size of the track. I don't know where well, he might have done. I think he stopped there, decided, well, I know he's not going to get down there unless he's going to go over a cliff. So, yeah, I don't know. I suspect it was a car, although I can't see the track at this side. Or maybe not. Hell, where would he have come from? And there in front of us is the top track. I don't know if you can see that. I'll just... That's the line of the top track that I'm going to. So I'll go straight up here and beyond the top track. And here we are, coming up to the turn off from the top track down into these alternative tracks back. Go where you like, but the actual exit off the path is down here, and it saves me having to climb up those rocks. Yeah, this is where we came down 2-3 weeks ago, and Jamie came off the track there and went down that way to join the Chinero track. Today I'm going to walk back this way to see Montana Negra and possibly Teddy, depending how the mist is. And there in front of us now, by panning, is Montana Negra with a low cloud coming up the bank from the Atlantic. So it must be getting near lunchtime. That's what normally happens at lunchtime. The cold air seems to get through and come over the top. I'll keep this running for a couple of minutes just to see if you can see anything round this corner. I know what should be there. You're not going to see it because of the thing, but obviously it's Teddy in front of us and Pico Viaco. That sun's coming out again. So yeah, it's becoming a pleasant day. I've now got to decide how I'm going to go back down. I can't see much point in trying to video Teddy. It's in kind of cloud, but I can't get off the path here anyway, so I may as well walk on to the end and see from there. These bushes are quite pretty when you look at them. And the sun's now coming out really well. But yeah, it's very pretty. And a little tree growing there, look. Shows you how these things survive even in the harshest conditions on the side of the volcano. wasn't visible, it was in the mist, so I've come down a short route onto the Chignero path. I'm now on the way down. Amazingly, we've now got blue skies. The weather forecast this morning was cloud at 9,000 metres. Well, that wasn't right either. They didn't get much right this morning. Let me just see if I can show you the blue sky now. Oh, yeah, don't go here, it says. Yeah, Montana Negra, there, and it's lava flow in front of it. And I say, a lot of mist up there on Tay. Oh, I'm going down. I better send a message. Wind's blowing almost on the street a bit. I've just sent a message saying still walking, and I've had my water stop. So I'm not going to go down, but I don't know which way yet. So I'm going to join the Chignero path until I get a bit further away from the lava field, the lava flow there, and then decide where to go. I shall have a look at my GPS in a minute. I was debating whether to walk down at the side of the lava flow, and then Montana Negra lava flow, but my right knee that I damaged the other morning has suddenly started twinging. So maybe I'm better staying on the Chignero path, which is the shortest route back. So I will just have to grin and bear it for a while until it works itself out. I must have twisted it somewhere while I've been walking and pushed the cartilage out again, or moved it. It seems to be easing a bit now, so maybe I'll be alright. Well, here we are, walking down the Chignero path. I keep getting a twinge from my right knee. Can't sort out what causes it though. There again. Oh, and it is a painful twinge. But then it wears off a bit, and I don't know whether it's lifting the knee to go over rocks. But I did come across the face of a slope. Maybe that was a mistake, because that was putting a lot of sideways pressure on my knees. A bit of a silly thing to do. The little purple flower on this, they're only coming out in ones and twos, so there doesn't seem a lot of live buds up here on these trees. So I don't know what happened to them. Perhaps just a bad winter. Very pretty up here today. Very nice. I've realised that my knee goes when my foot turns outwards. So I am now trying to keep my foot pointing straight ahead. And while I do that, I'm well, let me get down this. These tend to be a bit of a problem, but there again, if I do it properly, it doesn't cause pain. So don't know what's happening, but there we are. I've crossed two of the tracks. There's another track to cross. Then I'll be at the bottom of the Chignero, and it'll be back to the minibus. I've just got over the awful rocky loose stone bit of this path without doing any damage to my knee. It's a bit difficult climbing around the stones. Let's get down this without doing any damage. There we are. Avoid catching my toe as well. It's not going to do it a lot of good. Some nice green colours here, look. They're really pretty on the sides of the path, on both sides. Oh, I've got another rough patch here. It's this kind of thing, catching your toes when you've got a bad knee. don't need it. There we are. Through that, we have some downhill bits to climb now, which will create a bit of mayhem. Slip her in and switch it off for a while. Really nice dapple shade today on the path. I know it really is quite pretty with the sun breaking through the trees. Took me about an hour to get onto up to Montana Negra, so I'll be, with a bit of luck, an hour and 3/4 will have got me back. So we will see, as long as the knee holds up. We're getting closer to the bottom now, so we should be alright. There we are, coming to the bottom of the Chiñero path. It will be, let me just get over this rough patch, 15 to 20 minutes I suppose back to the van, possibly 15, I can't. But then I am walking rather steadily with this knee at present, so yeah. We'll be coming up to the signpost in a second. There we are, round the corner to the signpost. So that gets us back to wide paths and not much climbing. I'll see if the knee holds out. There we are. There we are, the signpost. So I'll leave that a minute. Oh, there we are. Back at the end at the water tower. It's not a water tower, I think it's just a control room. It may have water in it. The knee is just about held out. I do seem to be able to control the pain in it now, so that's a nice thought that I know what's happening and can control it, even if I'm walking. So, right, I'll give you a tickle in a minute. There we are, 1 hour 46 minutes, about 5 kilometres. Oh, there we are, back at the minibus. Round the corner. Not bad. A fairly good walk apart from the knee damage.